of Chelsea's Kitchen. And today I'm going to be making a really easy, this is one of my favorite recipes, but it's a chocolate Christmas log. 1 box of Mr Christie chocolate wafers, half a liter of whipping cream, some food coloring, some peppermint extract. Sprinkles of your choice. I'm using some crushed candy cane. Isaiah's over there playing, so he's distracted, so it's a perfect time for me to start. So I'll just start mixing. I'm only going to use about half of this whipped cream because I don't want too much. Maybe you can save it for another dessert if you're making. Peppermint extract. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, and I'm also going to put a little bit of food coloring on it, and since it's Christmas time, I'm going to use green. Whipped cream is done when you have, well, people call it stiff peaks, or when it's pretty, when it's pretty stiff. So the next step, once you have your whipped cream, is just putting whipped cream on each cookie. It takes a few minutes, but it's actually quite fun. You just want to do 1 layer of whip and then put the side that doesn't have any whipped cream down. It's going to get a little bit messy, but that's okay. Well, I think this is a recipe my mom used to make, so that's where it stems from, and I believe she did the peppermint extract as well. And if you've ever had an after 8 candy, and it reminds me of Christmas too, but they definitely have an after 8 kind of taste to them. And I made this in the summer too, and I made it with just regular whipped cream, and I put score bits in between, and that was very popular. It was very good. So this part, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as they stick together. So once you get a few stacked up, I like to turn it on its side, and it's just gonna start looking like a log. This is all gonna be covered up, so don't worry about too much right now. I love this recipe because it's so quick. It just feels like sometimes I don't have too much time to spend on anything when I'm looking after Isaiah. So this is one of those under half an hour recipes and tastes really good. So I'm going to use a piping bag, and I have a kind of a narrower attachment. It kind of looks like a long, narrow rectangle. You don't have to do this. The first time I did it, I just went like this and I just scooped it and I smoothed it out. But this time I think I'm going to try doing it with one of these. Totally up to you. At the end of the day, it will always look good and taste good. Simple lines to kind of make it look like a log, I guess. And I also really like this recipe because it's using something that's not sweet with something that's kind of sweet. So the icing, like whipped cream, is not overly sweet, and I didn't want it, but it really balances out well with the chocolate cookie. So I'm just gonna put this in the fridge for 2 or 3 hours, and it allows for the chocolate wafer to get a little bit softer. Should we put this in the fridge, Isaiah? Yes. So it's been about 2 hours since I put it in the fridge, and it should be good to go now. The cookies should be nice and soft. So the next thing is just to try it. You can see it has kind of like a cool layered look. The trick to this is leaving it so that the cookies almost looks like they expand. But my gosh, this is so good. Wow. This is definitely a great holiday treat. I was just telling Margaux, perfect recipe for moms who are very busy and sometimes don't have time, but it looks like you spent a lot of time on this one. Very chocolatey, very soft. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Chelsea's Kitchen. I hope you have a great December, and I'll see you very soon.